Hello everybody, this is Richard. I'm in my backyard. I was going to be in the woods, but unfortunately there's a barred owl flying through the trees, and as you can hear in the background, the blue jays are going crazy. They seem to follow it around wherever it goes, and so I was out there setting up, and they were right over my head, squawking like crazy. So I decided to come over here where it's a little bit quieter, You can hear them going now. You can hear the barred owl flying back and forth looking for squirrels or chipmunks or something. So anyway, this is the Q&A session that I had mentioned I was going to be doing with Sasquatches. And so for all those who have not seen me use the rods, I will show you how they're done. So how this works is I ask a question to the Sasquatch and they reply in a frequency that is picked up by the rods, and I get a yes, a no, a maybe. And I can also have been sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I've been receiving some sort of telepathic communication that allows me to, not really, it's more like I get an idea of what they're saying without actually seeing it. I guess some people actually see the words or see, I guess it's like pictures that they send to other people, and they kind of decipher the information from the pictures. I get more of like words in my head that they want me to reply with. So anyway, this is how it works. These are the rods, and they're going to spin on their own. I have no control over them. And right now it's like sending out what I call sending out a signal that I'm looking to have a conversation with them. So as you can see, they spin freely. I'm not controlling them. And these are handmade by Ken King in Arkansas. You can get these if you want to. Just contact him at Ken King or Arkansas Bigfoot, and he can make a pair for you. These I've had for going on 3 years. And the first time I used them, I had instant communication with a Sasquatch who actually walked up behind a spruce tree. I could hear him walking. Well, I'm assuming it was a him. It could have been a her. You'd hear the person, the Sasquatch, walking with heavy thuds. And talk to the Sasquatch without the camera on for about 10 minutes. Anyway, if you watch Rachel King, who has a channel called Into the Veil, she uses these, and she is who I learned how to use them. You can watch their channel for more detailed information of people who actually have Sasquatches on their property. So normally you wouldn't just let them spin like this, but I do. Some people just hold them up and start talking. Since I'm I'll be conversing with or communicating with Sasquatches that are 40 miles away, I'm assuming that this is the signal being sent out to them. You can see it picking up speed now. Probably more coming into picking up on the frequency. Okay, now they're slowing down. Alright, now you just stopped. Okay. So the way these work, I'll show you. This is the one in my left hand, which might be this one right here. Is more of a pointer. Like, where are they right now? They're everywhere. They're all around me. Okay. Thank you. And this is my right hand, is the answer rod. So give me a yes. So So that goes over to my chest. No, and a maybe. So it's like 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock on a, or sometimes it'll just spin like that. It'll just go back and forth. They have a mind of their own. I can't control them. Alright, go back to neutral. Can I control you? No. Maybe? No. Do you know where we are? Yes. So I'll give you a, for instance, as to how they work. Am I in Boston, Massachusetts? Am I in Connecticut? Am I in Manchester, New Hampshire? Am I in Rhode Island? Am I in Nashua, New Hampshire? Yes, they can actually read my mind. Is my name Frank? Matilda? Grace? Jed? Richard? Yes. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one down because I need to hold the clipboard for the questions. So I got quite a few questions from people who were answered one of my videos about providing questions. So this is what we'll do. We'll say, let's see, are there any Sasquatches in the area? Yes. Are there more than 2 of you? Are there more than 4 of you? Are there more than 6 of you? Are there more than 8 of you? Is there more than 10 of you? Is there 12 of you? 14? 20? 22? 24? 28? 30? Is there 32 of you? No. 30? 31? 32? No, 31. Okay. I guess do I know more that are not here? Yes. There are some that are not available today. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask them, is there going to be one person of you answering all the questions? Is there going to be 2 people? Will this be a consensus of everybody? That's what I had talked to them the other day about this question here. And so we came to the conclusion there'll be a consensus of all of them answering the questions. So last time we had it with Beholder answering questions, and maybe they all get jealous, which is fine, you know. So the first question I have is from Wade Webb. Wade, these are your questions. And they're kind of strange questions, actually, but I'll try to see if we can decipher this. What do stick structures mean? Let me ask this. Why do you create stick structures? Do you have a reason? Okay, so I'm kind of getting... So stick structures are for protection. I'm assuming people who see stick structures are seeing the ones that look like enclosures. So if it's an enclosure, so the ones that I've seen, and I've talked to them about it, enclosures are for a few purposes. Some of the smaller ones you will see are for the young children when the parents go off to hunt, or they just want to be away from the kids. The smaller structures are where the children will be placed into and basically told to stay there until, you know, mom and dad show up. It's usually mom. Is that correct? Yes. So the larger ones would be, that you could see in, that have a lot of room around, would be for when the mother, and correct me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, I just said that, would be when the females are pregnant and are ready to give birth, yes, and when they give birth, they stay in these larger structures. Is it just the mother and the baby? No. Is it a mother, baby, and maybe like what they call like a midwife or something like that? Somebody to help her? Because obviously they're not big enough for a whole bunch of people to stay into. No. So they're used to, as I said, the smaller ones are for the younger hand. That is a hand right there. The younger, shorter children, as they are born, to stay within the structures while the mom is probably gone off to, do her own thing, hunting or fishing or cleaning up if there's water nearby, which it usually is. And then they stay there. It's usually at nighttime, not during the daytime. At nighttime, during the daytime they're with the mom, and if they see any humans, they take off. Yes. They don't hang around with the humans. No. Nose right there. Okay. So structures, what do structures mean? So structures are for protection. Protecting them from the weather, protecting them from other animals, protecting them from other Sasquatches too. Sasquatch is looking to, take them as their own. Yeah. Now, would there be female Sasquatches that would do harm to other Sasquatches? From a different clan, I would assume. From the same clan? No. That would be definitely some problems right there. So different size structures are used for various purposes. So let's go with small structures for the kids, larger structures for mom and baby when they are born, and I'm also assuming for the elderly, because they do have older adults that need to be protected from the weather. Hopefully I answered that question. What do you think of humans? That's a good question. Do you like all humans? No. Are there some humans you like more than others? Do you all like me? No, thank you. Do you like humans that just walk into your forest and start walking around and walking in the woods and feeling like it's their place to do whatever they want? No. Do you like humans who walk in the woods with guns? No. Do you like humans that are walking around with knives? Are knives okay? Yes. They can't really hurt you with a knife, can they? You're kind of tricky to hurt you with a knife unless they had a lot of knives. Sword. If you saw somebody with a sword, you take off. You take off when you see humans anyway. Do you have any conceptual thoughts about humans? Yes. Such as? Oh, by the way, this is going to be a long video, so pull up a seat because it's going to be like a 2-hour video. So your concept of humans is some are good, some are bad. Some mean harm, some do not mean harm. Do most people that you know of who are looking for you are looking to take photographs of you? Videos? They want to grab some part of your body, maybe like some fur. They want to, obviously, see the young ones. You know, there are so many different channels out there that say that they have, like, Colorado Bigfoot, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of videos. I used to watch him. I don't watch him anymore. I don't watch pretty much anybody's videos anymore. I'm busy with my own thing. Do you know of Colorado Bigfoot? No. You know Ken King? Because he's related to relationship with Anku. Yes, and Sobe. Okay. You have an opinion of humans in a good way. No. Not all humans are good. Okay, well, you do have to be more of a specific question on the human questions. So how do you locate man first? Sight, smell, or hearing? How do you locate man? Is it from sight? Smell? Hearing? They make a lot of noise when they're in the woods. You can hear their thoughts, right? You know, they're thinking as soon as they get into the parking lot, oh, we're going to go find us a Sasquatch. We're going to get some pictures of them. We're going to get our video camera. We're going to take some video of them. We're going to get our night vision glasses, and we're going to go out there. We're going to get one. Yeah, I don't think so. What do you think of other Sasquatches? They're just like you. They're all out looking to do the same thing. They're finding mates, and they're looking for territory to take over. Are there Sasquatches that are like humans? You know, mean Sasquatches? Just out looking for trouble? Looking to start a fight, maybe? Come into your territory and just do harm to other people? Do you like them? Do you like other Sasquatches? Maybe. Do you get along with other Sasquatches? Are there good Sasquatches? I'm assuming. Obviously not terrible ones. Okay, what becomes of your dead? This is an age-old question. What becomes of your dead? And I know the answer because I've asked them before. They bury them in places that we will never be able to get to. Okay, so here's a consensus question. Are they buried deep within the earth? Are they buried in tunnels? Are they buried in caves, deep in caves? And those caves are guarded by other Sasquatches that, that's their job, is to guard the Sasquatches. So it's like a cemetery, a human cemetery. But do you ever visit these cemeteries? You don't go there and visit your dead, unlike humans. So from what I've read before from Sasquatch Message to Manatee, is that they are in caves within the earth in various parts of the world, on Mother Earth, and they are guarded 24/7. And humans will never be able to find them. No. Okay. You staying at no, or you going back? Hello? Okay. So obviously they bury them, right? They bury them? Do they bury them under dirt? Are they buried under rocks? Is that to keep some of the planets you people came from were all pretty much rock barren. Sorry if my hand moves a little bit. I'm not trying to manipulate the rods whatsoever, like some people think. It's kind of hard to keep my hand at a 90-degree angle. Okay, let's try it this way. My hand gets a little tired. Hang on. Getting arthritis in my hand, so bear with me. So you bury your dead under rocks? Yes. Okay. So in these caves, which are all over the world, do humans know where they are? And when people do die, do they have a ceremony? Is the ceremony with just the family members? I mean, it would be the clan, right? The whole clan would get together and do a funeral, sort of like we do, humans do. All right, so that was Wade Webb. Wade Webb, when you get a chance, go to that video that shows the earrings and pick out a pair. Let me know. You can send the information to Sasquatchcreativityintheforest at Sasquatchcreativityintheforest at yahoo.com. Give me your address and I will send them to you. All right, these are Ryan Smith's questions. We've already had him and I have gone over some stuff. Do you knock on trees? And why? When you knock on trees, is it for human hearing? No. Is it for communications? Yeah, communications within the other Sasquatches. But when some humans out now, we've seen other videos where humans have done tree knocks. I know maybe not around here, but humans have done tree knocks and it's been replied by other Sasquatches, correct? Plane flying over there. Hang on. I'm still thinking, so it's answering my questions as I'm thinking. Alright, getting back to my question. Tree knocks are generally made up to communicate with other Sasquatches. But there have been people who have done tree knocks and you have answered, or not. I've done tree knocks and nobody answers. That's because because we can already talk together, so I don't need to do tree knocks. No. So if humans go out in the woods and then do tree knocks, rock clacking, sometimes they will get a response. Is it just to mess with the humans? Yeah. Because you guys like messing with us, don't you? Yes. You're thinking that if you respond to them, they'll do another tree knock, and that's how another way of you can locate them. Oh, you can locate them a lot easier when they're doing tree knocks. You know where they are. Okay. It's sort of like them sending out a signal as to where I am. Here I am. I'm at this location. I'm going to do tree knocks. I'm going to pound on a tree, and now you can find them easier. You know where they are. Okay, that makes sense. Plus the fact you can mess with them again too. Yeah. I got a question for you that's not on here. Do you like the smell of pheromones? No. Do they irritate you? Do they make you mad? Do you want to rip somebody's head off when they place pheromones in your area? Yeah. They do not give you a nice aroma. They do not smell good to your nose. Do you try to avoid those areas when pheromones are placed out? Yes. Okay, that was not part of Ryan's questions. I just threw that in there. Yes, anyway. So pheromones, if you use pheromones, you want to piss them off, go ahead, use pheromones. Piss them right off. And they might give you something you don't like. And they'll come in at night and probably rip your tents down. Throw things at you, like rocks. Yeah. You piss them off, they'll piss you off. It's a good way to look at it. Alright, do you make whoop sounds? Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes. Okay. Do you know what I mean by that? Do you know what that means? Do you know what I mean by that? Is there a reason why you make whoop sounds? Yes. It's another form of communication to them. So like bird calls. So different variations. Okay, hang on. So different variations of the actual whoop, depending on it's a high pitch whoop or it's a low pitch whoop. Is that right? Well, it's a different type of communication. Since they don't yell out, hey Barry, what are you doing? They use the whoop sounds and other calls as well, right? Depending on how far away you are. Otherwise, you use telecommunications between each other. Yeah. That's why it's so quiet in the woods. Like when I go in the woods and there's no birds, it's because you guys are there. And the birds know it. Right. That wasn't on there, but. Do you slap your hands on the houses of humans? Is it because it gives you great joy? Another way of disturbing the people, especially humans who have built homes in your forest, who maybe have no respect for who you are. Is it to play with their minds, basically? Yeah. Is it to upset them? Yeah. Would it be considered that you sending them a message? No. Just messing with them. No. Okay. We already talked about stick structures. Do you eat crawfish? Why not? Okay, so I'm getting the sense that they're saying they're very small little creatures. It would take a lot of them to make a meal. And for the amount of energy they have to put into capturing them, I don't know if anybody ever seen crawfish, but they're very small. They're like a tiny little lobster. It just takes a lot more effort to capture them and eat them. Have you ever eaten them? Yes. As a snack, I will say. Not as a meal. No. So if you're tromping along out in the woods and you're by a river and you want a little snack and you say, hey, there's rocks over there. Let's roll those rocks over and get some crawfish. Do you eat them whole? Shell and all? Because obviously you're not going to cook them. Okay, so I think that answers that question. They don't eat them because, well, they do eat them as a snack, right? And that's what I'm just saying. They eat them as a snack, but not as a meal. You wouldn't chow down 50 of these at a time for a meal. How many would you eat at once for a snack? 10? 15? 20? No. Too much time involved? So between 15, maybe how about 16? 17? 18? 19? No, so 18. 18 would be about the limit. Is that for everybody? Pretty much. Okay, Ryan, same thing with you. Pick out some earrings and I'll send them to you. Just give me a email, give me your direct mailing address. This is Berkshire County Bigfoot. How many Sasquatches inhabit North America? So this is a weird question because do you know what country you're in? You know what state you're in? You know what town you're in? Village you're in? They don't know. It's all the same to them. Do you know what continent you are on? Are you in Europe? Are you in Alaska? Are you are you in Australia? South America? North America. So they know North America. They don't know boundaries like we know boundaries. We know, New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut, that sort of stuff. There are no boundaries between them. So the line they draw in the sand, I guess. All right, and so how many Sasquatches are in the continent of North America? And that would include Canada and Alaska. Can we go with more than 1,000? 2,000? 3,000? 5,000? 7,000? 10,000? 12,000? 13,000? 20,000? 25,000? 30,000? 40,000? 50,000? 60,000? 70,000? 75,000? 80,000? 100,000? More than 100,000? 110,000? 115,000? 120,000? 150,000? 130,000? 135,000? 140,000? 137,000? 138,000? 139,000? So it's 138,000 that you know of in the continent of North America. Does that include Canada? Northern part where really, Alaska. All right. Hopefully that answers Berkshire County's Bigfoot. Are your people our ancestors? Yes. Is it true that some of your Sasquatch people mated with humans? No. I threw that question in there. I wasn't part of the question. Your DNA, as far as being our ancestors, yes. Is it 50% of our DNA? 60% DNA? 70%? 80%? 90%? 100%? 92%? 93%? 95%? 96%, 97%, 98%. So 97% of your DNA or our DNA is from you people. Okay. So as far as being our ancestors, we share the same DNA. We share the same bone structure, same type of skeleton. It's just that some of you are a little bit taller than us. A little bit taller, like maybe 5 or 6 feet. And weigh a little bit more than we do. Like 800 pounds. And your feet are just a little bit bigger. Yes. And you people have been here for tens of millions of years. And we've been on the earth for a few million. Yes. Okay. Berkshire, go to the video and grab yourself up some earrings and let me know about your address. I'll send them to you. Okay, these are from Shree Crawford. Are there beings or creatures besides humans and animals that you worry about or try to avoid? Yes. Okay, let's go with the humans. You try to avoid the humans, obviously. Are there animals that you try to avoid? Some. And you give me, for instance, alligators. We don't have any alligators around here. How about the ones that are in this area? But, we'll go with, okay, alligators. What else? Dogman. Okay. Oh. What kind of snake? Rattlesnake? Those are dangerous. Okay. So rattlesnakes, crocodiles, mountain lions. Music out now. So to try to avoid those at all cost. Of course, up here in this area, we don't have rattlesnakes, we don't have crocodiles. And do we have dogmen in this area? We do. They're up north someplace, aren't they? As I recall having a conversation with you folks about that earlier. They're in the White Mountains, someplace north of, in the White Mountains? North of the White Mountains. Okay. All right. Well, let's break that long question down to one video. So are there creatures you try to avoid? Yes. We've answered those. Are there beings that you fear besides humans? Would they be entities? Aliens? Aliens. Some of you were brought here by aliens, weren't you? From your mother planet. They were brought here from way back. I don't know if they're still doing that now. From Pleiades and Atlantis. Is it Atlantis? No, it's something else. That's what it is. Anyway, Alibaba. There are other planets out and away from our solar system that still have Sasquatches on them. Are they still bringing them here via spaceship? So the way you can get here is, how about from portals? Are they using portals to get here from other planets? No. You use portals to get around from on Mother Earth here. You use arches with the leaners, and you use the trees. Do you use anything else? You can walk into an electrical field that you create and go that way. You have another way? You want to tell me what it is? Okay. We won't push that idea. So there are humans that you fear. Those would be the ones with guns and video cameras that are looking for you, like me. Are the ones that have night vision glasses. They go out at night trying to find you. Okay. Is there anything in the forest that you fear? Not in this forest anyway, right? If you had crocodiles, you'd fear them. Yeah. We're not in an area that has crocodiles. No. And we don't have too many mountain lions around here, do we? There are mountain lions. Yes. You fear bears. Grizzly bears. Polar bears. What the heck is that? Something on... Anyway, something on... Let me just caught my eye up there. Anyway, are you able to move from one location to another faster than the eye can see? Like a blink of an eye? And is that through your own abilities? From running? Walking? Is it from, let's say, obviously through portals? Is it through an energy that you create, or is an energy you create? So usually in your high frequency, you can just disappear. Now I know we can blend into the background of things. That's not the same thing. To move from one location to another. How long does a female Sasquatch carry a baby inside her body before giving birth? So from conception to birth, what is the time frame the females carry the baby? Same time as a female as a human, 9 months, approximately. Yeah, give or take, depending on if it's a preemie. Do you ever have preemie babies? You know what I'm talking about, preemie babies? Babies who were born prematurely. Do you ever have those? No, because you have the perfect structure. Okay, so 9 months. So I know the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask it because a lot of people don't know the answer to this one. How many children does the average female give birth to? Is it always one? Is it always two? Is it always three? No, so it can be one at a time. It can be two at a time. You ever have triplets? Oh, you do? Okay. Quadruplets. And quintuplets. That's 5 babies. No? Okay, so you have single babies, twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets. I think it's called quintuplets, or quintuplets or something like that. So the maximum is 4 babies normally. So maximum normally it's like 1 child or 2 children. So 3 children, was that considered normal? No, probably more rare. And obviously 4 babies would be very rare. Okay. But normally, from what I understood in conversations before with you folks, you prefer not to have 2 babies per, yeah, 2 babies per couple. Yeah. Due to the necessity of raising them. Okay. Let's see. Do you have your own traditional music? Do you play music? Do you play the banjo? Guitar? That's an accordion. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a guy playing next door an accordion. You play the accordion? Do you play the flute? You play the flute? Really? You make your own flutes? Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Is there any other kind of instruments you play? Drums? You probably beat on some drums. You know, hollow trees become drums. Yeah. You take some sticks and you can make like drum sounds on them. Okay. And are there songs that you sing on a regular basis? So you have traditional songs that are passed down from generation to generation. Have I ever heard any of these songs? You guys gotta play them for me sometime. Do any of you ever sing? Yes. You sing without humans around. I never heard you sing. No. I've invited you guys to sing a lot. Do you have the ability, so you have the ability to create music then? You want to tell me how? You're going to keep it a secret? Alright. Alright, Shri, you get a chance, send me your address, pick out some earrings that you like, and I'll send them to you. And then this one is from Mark Ashambu. Are they nomadic? Do they stay in the same areas all the time? Yes. So he's seen places where, under his assumption is that you'll be there and then you won't be there. Now that's kind of a way of saying, oh, they were here, and now they're not there. Well, it's because they move around. You know? And this is a question I was going to ask you that I thought of this morning as far as territory. Now, you all have your own territories, right? You don't venture into other people's territories without permission. So, I'm trying to find out, I've never asked this question before, I'm going to ask it today. How big is a normal territory that you all have for your tribes or clans? So if you picked a place in the middle of your territory, which would probably be your meeting places and that sort of stuff, and you went straight out to where your boundary lines that you've created between your clan and the next clan, what would be the normal distance? And we're going to talk miles. You talk miles? You're going to talk kilometers. That's what I thought you were going to say. Okay, we'll do kilometers. So is it 1 kilometer from the center of your territory to your boundary line? Is it normally 1 kilometer? Could it be 2 kilometers? 3 kilometers? 4 kilometers? 5 kilometers? 6 kilometers? 7 kilometers? No? So 6.5 kilometers maybe? 6 3/4? But that would be determined upon the size of the clan though, right? So generally speaking, it's a minimum of 6.5 kilometers, which would be like 13 kilometers from one edge to the next edge, from one boundary to the next boundary, which is quite a bit of area. So when you think of a radius of 13 kilometers, it covers a lot of territory. And some larger clans have more land or more territory. Okay. So going along with that, not that Mark wrote this down, but going along with that concept, when hunting, do you ever go to somebody else's territory? You need permission to go to somebody else's territory for hunting. Because everybody shares within everybody else's territory for hunting. I'm assuming some areas probably get depleted of deer, because that's your main source of food, especially when it's hunting season and man goes out there and starts shooting all the deers for themselves. So in those circumstances, when the hunters are out shooting your meat, that you may have to go to somebody else's territory. You eat deer. You eat moose. You eat bear. Go bear. Because bears are like you. Like eating a distant cousin. Relative. Do you eat bobcat? Mountain lion? Geese? Ducks? Ducks sometimes, yeah. Fish. I could eat fish. Crawdads. Snakes. Lizards. Squirrel. Chipmunks. Possums. Raccoons. What else we got? Skunks. Wolves. Dogs. Cats. Chickens. Those are tasty, aren't they? Chickens are tasty. Yeah. How about turkeys? You like turkeys? How about goats? Sheep? Cows? Beef? They're all wild game to you as far as you're concerned. If they're free-ranging, they must be edible. Okay, moving on to another question. Obviously this is the question I just asked, do you consume food from the land, which is deer, etc.? Yes. Do any of you eat food, and this was not part of Mark's questions, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway. Do you eat food out of human trash cans? No. Do you eat out of the dumpsters behind buildings? Do you eat You're not so desperate enough you have to eat out of trash cans. And do you eat out of do you go to the dump? You know, a human dump? No. Bears go to dumps, but you guys don't go to dumps. Too many chances of probably stepping on something and getting hurt. Or eating something that's contaminated. Nothing worse than eating contaminated human food. Yes. Okay, Mark, so if you see this, send me your... well, actually, Mark's in this area, so I can just drop it off to him. We are actually connecting. He wants to learn about Sasquatch, so I'm more than happy to help him learn about Sasquatch. So I'll just give him a pair of earrings. So I hope those questions helped a little bit about Sasquatch. They want more questions. I don't have any more questions right now that's written down. I can probably think of some questions. Ask us more questions. Okay, so all you people who are interested in Sasquatch, if you have questions, send them to me at Sasquatchcreativityintheforest at yahoo.com, and we will do another Q&A session. And yeah, they want more questions. Let me think of some questions for you. When you see me in the woods, do you run away? Are you making noises into the video camera? Are they screams? Are they whistles? Are they breathing sounds? Are they sniffing sounds? You guys used to blow into the camera, right? What changed from going from blowing into the camera to making sniffing sounds? It was too easy to recognize. It was easy for me to recognize that you were there, and now sniffing sounds sound like other things that are going on in the woods. Okay, that's understandable. So you're trying to be more concealing about your presence. Okay. Sometimes when I go out in the woods, you guys are really loud. Sometimes you're really soft. I can barely hear the sniffing sounds. If you could be a bit more pronounced in the sniffing sounds, that'd be great. Oh, you wanted to talk about when I was in the sculpture park. Yeah, that was interesting. There's quite a few there. Quite a few of you there, weren't there? And I did get some photos. I talked about it. Photos of you in trees. Yes, you were all over the place. Yes, and somebody threw rocks at me. Yes, you threw the rock at a tree, right? And bounced off it. And another one threw rocks at me when I was up higher up. Right? Was it just twice? Was it more than twice? 3 times? 4 times. We're talking about the same park, right? The sculptures. So more than 4 times? 5 times? 6 times? 5 times? I only remember 2, so obviously I wasn't paying attention enough to recognize the sound of things falling behind me. Maybe you need to use bigger rocks. But don't hit me. If you hit me, I'm going to take that rock and I'm going to throw it right back at you. Yeah, if I can find you, right, exactly. Okay, folks, so that's how the rods work. I'm going to put this down, get my hand to rest. That's how the rods work, and that's how I communicate with them. And if anybody is in New Hampshire, you're a landowner, you think you have Sasquatch on your property, feel free to write to me. You know, I can go out there and we can connect with them and find out what's going on and take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. And yeah, I made this, if anybody's looking at this. This is, let's see what I'm looking at here. There it is. This is something I made. This is stuff I made. This is what my wife calls nut and bolt. So it's made out of colorful acrylic. Same thing with the ring I just made not too long ago. You can't see the screen very well. It's, yeah, right there. Made a ring. Something different that I like making. Okay, so thanks for watching, and hopefully this answers some of your questions. If not, feel free to send me more questions, and I look forward to seeing you. Well, I don't look forward to seeing anybody on the trail because nobody knows me. Okay, thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.